good profits in July, and I lost my account in August. So this is one of the very first video that I record. So if you want to support me, you can actually subscribe and like. Okay, so in the video I want to show you about what's really happened and what lesson that I actually learned after losing my 400,000 FTL account. The very first thing, the first lesson, don't feel like over-empowered about passing your first phase or the second phase, which is the verification phase. You know, the first time I passed my first phase, it feel amazing. And the next thing I know, I lost my account on the second phase, which is the verification. It sucks, but as human beings, it's quite a weird feeling when we lost some kind of achievement and we want to share with our friends and posting on social media and stuff. And we feel like we want to quit, we want more of that feeling. So really just slow down and be ready, because the light phase is crucial. Make sure that you don't post anything. Just keep it to yourself, really. Keep it to yourself. So you have a concentration, you have a what it takes to actually finish your account in profits and get your refund. So before getting your first payment, don't feel over empowered. Don't. The second thing I want to share is that being a funded trader with 400,000 from FTMO is amazing. The feeling when you got your first paycheck, the feeling when you got to taste the freedom, you got your refund, you got your first 5 fingers payment or less, that's okay. But psychological, what you can only feel it, the freedom, the true freedom, you can only feel it after the first payment. That's really why it's so important for you to actually really care about your account and really focus on low-hanging fruit trades, or really even you can just take a trade, get into profit and wait there. It's going to be very, very hard for you to wait for the first payment, because you are in a hurry to make money. You are in a hurry to be like 6-finger trader. You are in a hurry to tell your friend, to tell your parent, to tell your employee, to tell your everything, your love, your wife, your kids about your success. But it's not how it works. You really need to focus, because in order to get your first payment, you need to slow down, really work on yourself, spend one day for yourself, and then start trading again, and really slow down. The stats don't lie. A lot of traders, I passed the second phase 2 times, but I never get my refund. I lost twice. Maybe you can be better than me, but that's just my experiences. And I hope that you can actually slow down and really focus on getting your first payment, your refund, so you can feel the freedom that the account, the prop firm, the trading lifestyle really do for you. You want the freedom, then you got to get your first paycheck, and you get to really focus on trading only high quality setup. Don't overtrade. Don't be greedy, and stay away from the social media. The third lesson that I want to share, that don't scale up too much too fast. Really focus on your first funded account from FTMO, because that's the only way you can start to build your consistencies. You don't build your consistencies by getting one account and then try to get another account and another account. For what? Trading is a marathon. It's really a marathon. There's not only that burn down your mind and burn down yourself physically and mentally. And don't scale up, don't level up your game too fast. Allow yourself to be able to allow yourself to really do something. And you know what is really more important? You really need to pay yourself. You pay yourself, and then you invite your friend, your family for dinner, for something beautiful in life, spending time together. You got to feel it. What's really like to be a trader? You don't just go to trading just to make money. You go to trading because of the freedom that it gives you. Because of the freedom that it gives you, your kids, your friends, your wife, your friend, your girlfriend. Don't forget that. Money, it will come. It's just a matter of time. So focus on your trading account. Don't scale up too fast. Don't short into your feet. Don't. At least 2 months. I only can give my 400,000 account, 400K for 2 months, and I got 3 times payout, 5 fingers every time, and it's amazing. It gives you a lot of capital for you to grow, for you to feel more secure. And when you can feel like you have some capital to back you up, your trading will be much more easier mentally. So really, don't go too fast. The fourth thing that I want to say is stay away from your leaderboard. Focus on the risk management and stay away from the leaderboard. FTMO have a leaderboard, and everyone wants to be on it. For what? I always withdraw before I get into that leaderboard. It's very important for you to listen again. Don't focus on the leaderboard. I know that you want to be on the leaderboard. You want to be on the first place. You want to get the interview. You want to be famous. You want to be cool. That's right, but that's not the point. Trading is not about being famous. Trading is not about being on the first place. It's not a competition. Let me tell you again, trading is not a competition. It's just a competition for yourself. It's you first against yourself. It's solo sport. Your trading performance today, maybe today you are on the first place. Doesn't mean that tomorrow you are not going to lose this all. So please, focus on the risk management, focus on your trading performances, focus on high quality trading setup, and focus on living your life. Don't focus on being someone you are not. I hope you, but that's your choice at the end of the day. And I don't know, maybe do some meditation and just feel like, is that really what you want? I've been there and it's not fun. It's not. Passing the first phase or the second phase or the live phase and getting them refund, whatever the success is, you will always want to share it. And I think that's fine. You can share it with your close friends or people that you care about, but make sure that you feel good, because any trader, I mean, any long-term trader will understand that sharing their success or bragging about it or to tell everyone that, hey, I can do that. Hey, I'm a great trader. I'm a six-finger trader. I'm going to do something amazing. I go into, after sharing on social media, usually your equity curve will just been there. It's not fun, and I think many of you feel that too. So really, you tell someone. I mean, we need that. We need that feeling that you can talk to someone about our success and they share with her. So buy your girlfriend a dinner, talk with your close friend who always support you, maybe your parents, if they do support your dream journey too. Talk to someone, but don't overshare. Again, don't overshare your trading performance. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself most of the time. Sometimes you can sharing to the people that you care about, and they need to care about you too. Don't just share everyone. Hey, I'm a good trader. Hey, here, stick finger. Here, my performance. Don't do it. It's very the social status. It actually putting a lot of pressure on yourself and how you feel about your trading performance sometimes. And as a developing trader, we don't want that. We want to share our success with someone, but we want to be able to focus on our journey too, and don't overshare, because some people, they don't give a shit, and some people, they care about you when you are feeling hard and having hardship in life. But you got success and you got like 6 fingers or 5 fingers paychecks. I don't know, man. I should believe that when you got a big money coming to your life, the very first thing you need to do is slow down. Do some self-reflection and think twice before you act or share the money thing with anyone, because money is a very sensitive topic to talk about, and us as a trader with a very special journey ahead. I hope you all get it. And that's it. I lost my 400K, but I just gonna make it again, and I'm gonna get more and more payout from LTMO on my first funds. Who knows? I will post or update maybe when I get into that journey. And that's everything I had for today. And this very first video, and sometimes I got emotion or I got embarrassing on the video, so the fucking camera. So
all right. All right, so the gist of what he was saying is very much in line with a lot of the same things that happened to me. When I first passed an FTMO challenge, like in 2020, it was a 10K challenge. 2 months later, I lost that account. In fact, I passed a 10,000, and then I passed a 25,000. I was able to collect, I think, 3 times on the 10,000 and once on the 25K before I blew that account. And when I blew that account, I was actually up like 18K when I blew the account. I violated the 5% daily limit, and it was like giving away my cut of that 18K. So, there are a lot of great points that he made, but what I can't overemphasize is the part about posting on social media. Even in our Discord group, I've really shied away from posting profits, right? Because there is a twofold reason behind that. I think that when we first started this group, that it's necessary for me to post profits, since I'm the one that y'all always see, in front of the camera. Hopefully we can change that. We had a few other people that would give classes, but it goes to the validation, that you are finding a level of success. But after that, there's really no need to post profits for two reasons for me, right? For me, it could create an unnecessary pressure to make more than somebody else, right? And it also can put you in a situation to where, other people are seeing what you make and they're blowing their account trying to make the same profit. And we're on two different levels. We're playing two different games, right? As a swing trader, I trade totally different than somebody who scalps. Maybe they scalp and they don't make as big of a profit as I do when I post. But maybe if you add up all their scalps, maybe they made more than me. So a lot of different factors kind of go into people when they make profits, right? And for the most part, we never post loss. We never post losses. We post profits, right? Profits motivate people. Losses may discourage people. Fortunately, for me, I can say I don't lose with great frequency, right? But there's a reason behind that. It's because of the way I trade. Even the trades, I'm wrong a lot. Let me clarify that. I'm wrong a lot when I do my analysis. I analyze a pair. Hey, I believe this is going up, and it goes down. But because I don't trade with stop losses and I trade with hedges, I'm able to just flip and take the profit to the opposite side, right? That has really allowed me to find a great deal of success when I would otherwise be losing, right? But if I take two losses, I'm done for the week. Two losses in a row, I'm trading next week. Now, if I lose, and then I win a trade, then I'm good. But if I have two losses in a row, I'm done for the week. That's a hard rule for me. It's no debating. It's just how it is. Two bad trades, I'm done, because I'm only going to be down 2%. Because once I get past the 2% mark, then there's a mental issue that I'm going to have to go round and round with trying to rescue this account, right? I don't know your psychology. I don't know where you are mentally or how you think when you approach your trading. But over trading is a problem for most new traders, right? A lot of times we think that we got to take every setup we see. And I'm like, no, man, like I want one setup, 70 pips. I'm going to make 10% every time. Now, my goal of making 10% a week is my personal goal. It's ridiculous. If you talk to anybody out there, they'll tell you, man, that's impossible, right? And I trust me, I understand it. But I don't trade like them, and they don't trade like me. I look at the weekly chart. Most people I know, never look at a weekly chart. Most people don't trade. Most people can't wait all week for that setup. I don't mind doing that. I've figured out what works for me, and I trade the way I trade, even though we'll post profits every day and we'll be killing it. So I think the important things that he said, don't overtrade, don't be greedy, stay away from social media. All those they can't be overstated, right? Hopefully you took notes. And if you're trading a funded account, one of the main things that he said that stuck out to me is do whatever you have to do to get that first payout. That first payout is super important because that's when you get your money back, right? You paid for that account, but you have to trade 1 month successfully on that account to get that money back. That's so important. If you want to trade an accelerated account where you don't take the test, once you make your 10%, and it doesn't have to be a week, it can be 5 weeks to make 10%. Once you get that first payout, you get your money back for that accelerated account. For me, that's the goal. You know, anything you get after that is gravy on top of it. But get that first payment. You know, once you get that first payment, it does change you. You know, you feel the success, you feel you can exhale. You know, maybe you understood how you got there. All that is super important when it comes to your psyche, you know, as a trader. None of us want to just sit here and grind and never reach success or never take a profit. You guys have any questions or comments on that first video? All right, I have one other video that you know, Kim shared it already. But I saw this a few months ago, and I thought this was great too. I mean, not a few weeks ago, not a few months ago, but I thought the video was very good.
Trading is open for everyone, but if it was easy to make money in trading, everyone would be doing it, and it would be. But that's not the truth. It's very hard to make money in trading. It's set up against people, and our emotions, our discipline, our patience, not having a good foundation. It's going into a casino, and you feel that you urge to trade, and you're taking things. You have some edges there and stuff, but you don't have the ultimate edge. You don't have the patience. You don't have the discipline. You don't have the time in the market to know certain things. So that it takes time to be successful. I could tell you so many stories. Back in the 90s, you know, I got lucky, started trading in 96, and then 97 was around. It was kind of a learning. And my first year, I blew up my account. I started like with $12,000. And I blew it up, and I went back to work for another year. And then I quit my job again, and I traded again. And I just happened to catch the bull, the 98, 99. So I took that money and I quadrupled it, and I made more money than I've ever made in my life. And it was easy. It wasn't really anything. You had to have guts, but at that point, being so young and a new trader, you're going to be more cavalier in your trades. You're going to be more, but that's not the ticket to make money. You have to be extremely disciplined. And the key is here, is that what does it take to become a great trader? It takes discipline. It takes so much discipline not to get into the market. Most traders, fail because they overtrade. All right, they're not waiting for their setup. They're not waiting they're trying to make something happen. They maybe revenge trade. They trade out of boredom. The hardest thing in the world is to understand that this is a business, and there's a certain way the business could perform the best at, and you have to outline that. And I do it from people that I trade with in our community of traders, and I call it the business plan. And it has to be step by step. Like if someone's coming to my business, I'm going to teach them straight from point A to point B, point C. Stay on that business plan. If you stay on that business plan, you're going to make money. If you stray from it, you're probably going to get caught, and then you're revenge trade, and it's going to be a downward spiral. It's like someone falling off the wagon. So many people have taken on in the beginning. I would try to teach them, and before I had my show and stuff, and friends, people, I want to get into trading. I hear so much about this. All right, yeah, come by the office. You trade. This is what you got to do. Sit with me. Sit with me. Sit with me. Sit with me. I'm watching them like a hawk. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Everything's great. Everything's great. For the next 10 days, I don't see them. Oh man, I blew up my account. I was trading every day, and everyone did the same thing. They all blew up their accounts because they just wanted to trade and they felt it was easy to make money. The market gives you great opportunities, but you have to be there in front of them, and you got to be willing to take them.
So the one truth in trading is diversification. Like even the same strategy across different time frames is going to give you much better performance than just one strategy on one time frame. You know, it's these are things that are just really, really important. So my idea is to try to find a wider array of interesting non-correlated ideas. So it means trade more strategies. And my goals are very modest goals. I'm not trying to double my account in a month. I'm not trying to triple the value of what I want to do, because those are unrealistic goals. My goal is if I can make anywhere between 15 to 20% per year, which sounds so pathetic to to everybody who's a day trader is going to tell me, oh, you're such a wussy. I'm actually very happy. If you want to make 100% money in a year, you have to be willing to lose 50% of it. That's the other, by the way, that's not a myth. So that is one of those market truths that will always be there. Even if you avoided 1 year, you will learn that market truth the hard way. If you want to make 100%, you will lose 50% sometime down the road. And I'm a guy who kind of, I just don't want to lose more than 10, 15%. So I'm, my rate of return is more modest. That all goes back to being humble. The whole idea of like, what do you want to do? How do you want to structure your view? But you really need to be realistic. That's sort of my final point about trading. If you want to triple everybody wants to triple their account without losing a dollar. That's what everybody in trading wants to do, right? I want to triple my money without ever having a down day. Okay, maybe you can do that for like a year. I guarantee you, the next year you're going to lose half your money in one or 2 days. It's just the nature of the business.
I love the idea that if you could actually make this happen, that you really wouldn't have to theoretically get a job, so to speak. You know what I mean? Sit at a desk all day and collect your salary and all that, because I was horrible. I'm a horrible worker and I'm a horrible employee. You know what I mean? So bosses don't like me and I don't listen to what people say. And, I was always getting fired. And, so my life was never going to work that way unless I kind of stopped being me and just sucked it up so that I could get salary. And I didn't, quite frankly, want to do that, So I like that aspect of trading. I had this dream going way back that I could work out of my house, not have to commute, not have to work for anybody else, and just manage money and trade for a living. And that was my dream at 20 or 23 years old.
Trading to me is just business. It's just a job. I'm not in it to get rich. I'm by no means rich. I had a good wage out of it, and I'm happy with what I get. But I put a set amount of hours in, so I turn up at the desk every day at the same time. And when I'm finished at 5 o'clock, it's just like me clocking out of the job, and I'm done. And that's it. And when I'm being paid within the day, I stop as well. So that's kind of how the transition came. It came, well, you can call it sort of the greatest gift from my worst nightmare, because when the company was forced to close, it was horrific. It was one of the worst things you could ever go through. But I'm happier now than I was then, because trading's given me the freedom to do what I want when I want. But I've still got to make it work too.
Regardless of whether you've been in this game for 5 years, 15 years, or even longer, there's always challenges because the market is always different. There are elements that are the same, and there are patterns that I look for, and I know other traders will look for. But you're constantly evolving and growing. And it's a little bit like that old saying: if you're not growing, then essentially you're dying. So for me, it's the same. That trading is always a challenge. And one of the things I learned from one of my first coaches was that you're in a dance. So sometimes you're leading and things feel great. Sometimes you're more on the back foot. So for me, the way that you maintain that is that you accept that trading is going to be a challenge. I think a lot of traders, like I've said, think they're going to get a year down the line, or they use the phrase of, well, when I get to this point, everything will be all right. And I think if you early on in your process can accept that what you're getting to do is extremely rewarding. And if you think about the number of people that attempt to trade versus the number of people that are actually successful as traders, I think if you can accept that it's always so bad, you're going to be in a very small minority relative to the number of people that actually try it. That acceptance that it's going to be challenging, and there are always going to be challenges. I'll give you an example. Last year, 2021, I had a great Q1. I made no money in Q2. It was about 3 or 4 weeks into Q3 of 2021 before I made any money. Now, as somebody who's been trading for 20 years, that's the first time that I've had a whole quarter where I've essentially been break even. So even for me, after all this time, that it didn't stop me trading. It didn't mean that I broke my rules or did anything different, but mentally that was a little bit different for me. So even after 20 years, things can come along that you're not necessarily expecting. And I think if you can relish that and enjoy it and see it as a challenge, rather than hope that you're going to have all your problems in the first year and then everything's going to be perfect after that, you're mentally equipped much better to deal with it. It's the traders that think, oh, I'm just gonna get all my problems out of the way in 6 months and everything will be fine. They then get a shock.
There's like 3 key things I think you need to remember. Trade low, meaning trade small means trade small size, trade longer, meaning trade on a longer term time chart. If you're thinking of trading the 5-minute chart, go up to the 1-hour chart. If you're thinking of trading the 1-hour chart, go up to the 4. Always move up at least one time frame for where you want to be, just to give yourself, bigger margin of error, because margin of error is the key to success, and ultimately experiment. I wish there was like one brilliant piece of wisdom, but you yourself will discover what works best for you. But the only way you're going to do that is if you keep on doing it. I guess my final piece of advice is don't quit. Even if it sucks, even if you blew up your account once, even if you blew it up twice, even if you blew it up 3 times, right? Don't quit. It's like a flash of lightning. It does become obvious as long as you stay in the market long enough to participate.
All right. So I think the important piece, well, there's a few important pieces here. You don't have to go big, keep your trading small. Don't quit, even after several failures. We're all going to fail. That failure is when you're going to find your growth, right? It's not during your successful times that you're going to grow. It's during the times that you come up short that you can take what you've learned and apply it the next time. And you have to understand how you're failing, right? So all this is going to lead back to that journal, right? When you're taking these trades and you're writing down how you feel, you're writing down why you're taking the trade, and you're writing down, what type of day you had, all that good stuff. All of that goes into figuring out when you have the most success as a trader on a personal level. So what I would like for you guys to do, hopefully everybody has a trading plan. Hopefully everybody has a journal at this point. Hopefully you guys are doing some mindset work before you start trading, and you have a complete understanding of what you're looking for. Like for a longest time, as a trader, I never knew what exactly I was looking for when I went to the market. I just kind of went to look for setups. I didn't have a setup in mind per se. I was just looking for setups. Now I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know what pair I'm looking for, for that move from. And when I get it, it's beautiful. And when I don't, it's still beautiful, because I recognize what I'm not going to trade. Hey, this is not respecting my analysis for whatever reason. Here shortly, whenever we do the market breakdown, for those of you who stay for the market breakdown, you'll see the parabolic move from the British pound this week. I mean, it's a beautiful thing if you were able to catch some of it, but these moves have never happened before. And boy, I mean, we're living in some crazy times. If you guys traded this week, the British pound moved. One of them moved 1,700 pips, man. 1,700 pips. You know what you can do with 1,700 pips? 1,700 pips. 2 days, man. Like crazy, you know. If you could have caught that move, then you would probably feel on top of the world. I didn't catch it either, but I caught some of the GJ move, and it was a beautiful thing. You know, for those of you who wonder how you can make a guarantee, you know, 10% or 6% or whatever your goal is, you just catch one move, one trade per week. If you can identify one trade every week with a 3-to-1 risk reward, I can show you how to make 6% every week. If you put 3 positions in that trade, you're gonna make 10%, 9%. You know, I mean, trust me, you know, it will average out to about 10% a week. All you need is one move at a 3-to-1. That's it. I know it's oversimplified the way I'm giving it to you, but it's really that simple, you know. And if people learn to look at the market in that manner, you will find a lot more success. You guys have any questions, any comments over the videos? Well, y'all easy today, huh? We got about 15 minutes. Y'all can say your piece or forever hold your peace. All righty then. So I'm going to go ahead.
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
I didn't start at the beginning. Could you post the link to the YouTube video before this one? I don't know if this is the same one you put at the very beginning.
Trading is open
Mark.
for everyone, but if everyone.
Yeah.
Did you make $1 million this week?
Well, let's see what I made. I traded NAS yesterday. I made well, I went in like 3 times, and I think altogether I made like 3,000 or more.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I need a loan.
That's the demo though. It's not real money.
I need you to loan me real money.
Here you can see that I am.
All right, this is the you want to post this link? Share.
Okay, let me write it down.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Oh, you will? Okay, thank you.
Hey, Kenya, don't post nothing else in that chat.
Thanks, Kenya.
Why I can't post in the chat, Todd?
Hey, Kenya, until you on that chicken breast, I want to hear.
I'm doing my grocery shopping this weekend. That's what I'm buying.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'm only challenging myself to a week because I don't trust
A
myself.
week?
I'm gonna try.
Wait. You gonna change who you are in a week?
You gotta start small, right? I think I can do it if I try.
John just told me
have
something
to
about a
try.
leopard changing their spot.
Kenya, don't waste your time with that. That's not gonna make you a better trader. You're just gonna be pissed off.
Hey, Kenya,
And hungry.
it's gonna make you a better trader.
We'll see. If I'm a better trader in a week, then I'll make it 2 weeks.
Well, listen. You know, it might not. Let me ask y'all a question. I'm glad you made that comment. Okay, so what time limit what time limit did you create to make 6 figures? I know you're a 6-figure maker, Ken. What time limit did you give yourself to make 6 figures in life?
Oh, like in life, like in my career.
Yeah.
It was just a flat out career goal. I didn't have a time limit.
You didn't have a time limit.
I know that sounds crazy, but I try to.
No, it doesn't sound crazy. Actually, that's probably the best way to do it. But you give yourself a time limit to become a great trader. And this is the thing that I call insanity. Everybody in here who says they want to be a trader, "Well, I want to be a trader," and y'all give yourself a time limit. You want to put a time limit on when you want to become successful at trading. But you also don't put the work in to achieve it in that time period, right? There is no time period you should put on becoming a successful trader. It should be a constant thing that we strive for, right? But we should also expect to put in work, because everybody, I think if I ask everybody, to a man or to a woman, about the most important things in their lives, it required them to go to work or work on it, right? My brother got this big, beautiful house. It required some work to get, but everything that people have that of value, it required some work. But nobody wants to put the work in, to become a great trader. It's too hard. I don't get it.
This house is the fruits of my trading.
Well, it can be. But the point is, whatever you place value in, if you really value the lifestyle of a trader or the fruits of a trader, then we have to be limitless in our efforts to achieve that level of success. And at the end of the day, what it boils down to is that mama mentality. Like Kobe Bryant was he was getting up before you, he was working out before you, he was going to get to practice before you, he was going to stay after you left. If you're not in that mama mentality, then you have to understand you're going to get it, sometime down the road. You won't get it at the same rate that I got it, but you're going to get it sometime down the road. And if some things are too strenuous or too much for you to do, then I get it. I trust me, I understand. Like everybody's not built for it. It's kind of like those track stars. Like I went to a college track visit. It was a junior college. And I knew then I was never going to be a track runner, never, because that workout that we did was ridiculous, right? I never ran so much in my life, and for what? If I had to do all this running in practice to show up at a track meet and still get beat by somebody who's more talented, I'm not freaking doing it. So if you have that mentality about trading, right? If you feel like there's some things that you don't want to do as far as a trader, I got it. And I understand it. Some people just aren't going to eat chicken breasts and broccoli because they work too hard. That's cool. Just understand that your learning gap just might be a little bit more extended, and 7 years is not bad. That there's a few successful people, that took 7 to 10 years. That day trading addict, yes. Said he took him like 8 years. And there's nothing wrong with that. If it takes you 10 years, 15 years, and you find success, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I just don't think, or I wish you wouldn't put a time frame or a time stamp on your expectations to become successful doing something that you're putting little to no personal time or little to no effort. And you might feel like you're making a big effort, but it's probably really not. Some people are good in school, they're better than others, but if you think about it and you back up a little bit, they're really not smarter. They just have a better process. Their study habits are better. They understand how to go about being successful in the classroom. And it's the same thing with trading. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Once you find a successful system, wash, rinse, repeat, right? And you're going to make money. But if you don't have any self-discipline to where you can operate within that system, then you're going to mess the system up, right? So whatever you have to do, if you don't want to change your diet, don't change your diet. Get up early, do extra cardio, do something that you absolutely hate. Go mow your neighbor's lawn or take their trash out every day as your discipline. Eat whatever you want. Then waddle your big butt to the next door and take their garbage out, or pick up trash in your neighborhood. Do whatever you feel like you need to do as a source of discipline. You know. You guys have any questions? Like y'all understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. Hello. Hello.
So Todd, I understand where you're coming from, but it seems a little bit easier, a bit easier said than done. Cause like, I know I first got into trading, or trading first caught my eye just simply for the extra income on top of the income we already had. And now inflation is kicking everybody's butt. And it's like, man, I really wish this trading stuff would work out faster. So like, it's a mind thing, because I'm seeing these prices going up. I'm seeing my spending money kind of dwindle down. And now trading has kind of taken the form of a debt as opposed to like the form of profits. So that's where that timeline is kind of.
Pause. Can you pause?
Yeah.
All right. First of all, trading doesn't have to cost you a dime. You can stop spending your money. Stop spending your money. Don't take any more challenges, right? Take 0 challenges. But that demo can serve as the same thing as your account, right? How about you do that as that's better than dieting. Don't buy no more freaking accounts. Open a demo. I guarantee you, if you trade the demo like you're supposed to, you're going to see those profits. You're going to be like, how come I can't do this in my funded account? Because you don't have the freaking discipline. You know, don't buy another funded account. Trade the demo. I mean, you know, nobody has to be me and spend $57,000 before they find success. You don't have to do that. What you can do is trade a demo account, find a process that works in that demo account. And once you trade that demo account 3 consecutive months with success, then go get a challenge. Hey, and if you pass that challenge, you're good. If you fail it, take 6 months the next time. I guarantee you, your hunger for trade will either change you or it will save you some money. You don't have to keep buying accounts. That's asinine, doing the same thing over and over, expecting some difference. When you know you don't have it, you can't control yourself. If you can't control yourself, you will never find, or I'm not going to say you'll never find success, but your success will be so scattered that your losses will outshadow your wins. You know, I mean, I think you'd have better success coming to Vegas with me, you know, than you will trading, because you can only go to Vegas every so often. And you know, I can show you how to work them crap tables. You know, don't feel like y'all have to put money into trading. You don't have to put any money. You know, we can learn the skill set on a demo account, right? Now, it's true that your emotions go into it when you start putting your money there. But if you wash, rinse, and repeat, you're not going to lose your money. I mean, I do this every week and find success every week. The only difference between me and you is I've mastered myself, right? That's the only difference. That's the only difference. I'm not smarter. I don't have this greater understanding. You know, no, I was willing to do whatever it took for me to find success, right? You know, I had some advantages where I didn't have a family and kids, you know, tugging. You know, I have an advantage where, you know, I could spend what I spent, you know, but at the end of the day, It's you against you. And if you can't master yourself, then you're going to have a very hard time trading because it requires self-mastery. We always want to go bigger. We always want to earn more and win more, right? But you don't have to do it like that. The key to trading is to take the long approach. The long approach, small lot sizes, longer periods of time, right? You know, whenever I haven't traded the 50K account. I took this month off the 50K account. I only traded a 2K account. And I walked that account up very easily, doing the same thing I do with the 50K account. And it's just wash, rinse, and repeat. And here's what I was surprised about. With that 2K account, on most days, I can make 250 bucks. I saw a setup where I can make 250 bucks most days on a 2K account with 1 to 50 leverage. Think about that. That's over 10% every day. Just looking at a 1 to 3 setup, 1 to 3. You can go on a 4-hour chart any given day of the week. And once if you get a bearish order block on the 4-hour chart, and that 1-hour chart gives you a bearish order block, you can make your 10% on that taking that one trade, 3 positions in one trade. Or if you want to bring it down, get 2 positions in one trade. Boom, 6% that day. That one trade. But are you disciplined enough to sit your butt on the sideline until the next setup, which might be 4 days later? This is the problem that traders have. We don't have the discipline after that euphoric moment of winning that trade to sit down into the next setup. That's the issue. That's your problem. That's your challenge.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So like, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right. I completely agree with everything you said. Yes. And demo, you said, what I heard you say was that the only difference between demo and live is it was something you said, like basically like the emotions that come into play.
The emotional.
Yeah, so that's the problem. So I can be super disciplined on demo, and that's why I get a live account. Like, I'm not intentionally trying to throw my money down the drain. So my question is, how do you either practice or get over that emotion that comes with trading the live account without trading a live account?
Well, okay, here's what I'm hearing you say, Kenya.
Okay.
You make 6 figures. I made 6 figures too when I was working. But $10, that's not a lot of money to you, right?
Okay.
You're not going to get emotional on $10. So
Okay.
When you trade your real money, trade with $1 lot size. Every trade you take, $1 lot size. 0.10. 0.10. That should be your trade, right? So if you get trades, what time frame do you trade on?
I like the 1 hour chart, but
okay, you like the 1 hour chart, but you're trying to make a lot of money. What's wrong? Does that sound crazy to you? You're a new trader, a newer trader. You want to trade the 1 hour chart, you want to make a lot of money. Those odds aren't even, they're way against you. Why are the odds against you?
Because you get fewer pips on the 1 hour chart.
Fewer pips. It's more sporadic. You have to take more trades. If you take more trades, you're going to lose more. You're not winning more, you're losing more.
Yeah.
So if I just listen to you say that to me, I'm like, man, that's like a little kid bringing me a stick of dynamite on the 4th of July saying, hey, you got a lighter, I'm gonna light this. I mean, come on, man. If we want to be realistic, if we have to set realistic goals, right? when your kid comes to you and tells you, Mom, I want to play for the Lakers, we don't shoot the kid down like, you ain't ever playing for the Lakers. But we say, okay, well, go work out. Maybe you can play for the freshman team first, right? So we have to have a realistic goal, and we have to have realistic expectations as traders. We can't come here with $1 million mindset and a Lamborghini lot size, take Lamborghini lot sizes on trade setups that may or may not pan out. The number one thing that y'all should know about me is I look at that weekly chart. That's it. Maybe that's why I'm more successful than you are, is my time frames are up here, right? I might take a trade on that 1 hour chart, but it's because I already understand what's going on the higher time frame, and I'm looking for that pair to go this direction this week. So when I take that trade, I'm thinking, okay, it's going in my direction already. The odds are in my favor at that point. It's not that I'm down here on the 1 hour looking for scalp moves.
Can I say something, Todd?
Yeah, go ahead.
You think 1 hour time frames are scalping moves? I just heard you say that just now, but that's not what I was gonna say.
I think that it's unrealistic to believe that you're going to come into the market and make a lot of money by trading a 1 hour chart as a newer trader.
As a newer trader, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who the young lady was prior, but you know what? I haven't had an issue. I just got my live account, but trying to rush a challenge is definitely one of the biggest issues that why everyone might be blowing their account or not being successful with their account. Because if you look at it, like I need to make $2,000. You have 30 days to make 2,000, or realistically 22 days to make $2,000. You just divide 2,000 by 22, and you say, how much do I have to really make per day? And just bring it down. Don't rush it. Don't overexert yourself, because then that's when you just wasted more time, because then you have to get another account. You have to try to practice all over again. It's really a patience. I feel like mindset, and you've been teaching us mindset all the time, is the key to passing the challenge and trying to become successful at trading. I don't think we should be rushing our trades at all.
Right.
Or being impatient.
There should never be a rush on any trade. And here's what I say about the dollar amount, man. Like, I don't even focus on the dollars. I don't even focus on the dollars, right? I don't care what you have to make or what challenge you're in. Never focus on the dollar. Focus on your setup. If you focus on your setup and you take that trade and you get multiple positions on that one setup, your challenge will pass itself.
Probably not everybody's that experienced though, Todd.
That's the problem. Why are you in the challenge without the necessary or the requisite experience, right? So what I'm trying to get everybody to understand is if we focus on the process, not the profit, the profit will definitely be there, but the process needs to be adhered to at all times. If you don't adhere to the process, you will never get the results of the process, which is the money. And let me give this to you in a gym scenario, or cooking, because we all understand what it takes to cook a meal, right? If you the first thing you have to do when you cook a meal is go get the dang ingredients, right? If you go get the ingredients, that's the first successful step. The second successful step is to prepare the ingredients, right? If you skip a step during that preparation, it ain't gonna taste right. It might not come out right or whatever, right? Then you mix it all together. You put the dish in the oven or you put it on the stove. You cook it for the requisite time, and then the product comes out of that. You get the product of all those steps. Trading is the same way. You got to take the steps first, and you go through the process. The result is, what you put into it, right? So you don't have to worry about making a certain percentage because the percentage will be there if you take the required steps. That's the bottom line. That's all I ever do is wash, rinse, repeat. I can't ever tell you when I'm going to make the 10%, but I already know going into the week, I'm going to make 10%. I need one trade to go 70 pips, 10% guaranteed. 70 pips. I'm going to get 3 positions and I'm eating every week.
Okay, so that's the question. So that's the question. So you know that you're gonna make 70 pips. You are reaching for 70 pips, which your lot size is gonna equal that dollar amount that you have in your head that's how much you want to make. You're not just putting a random lot size and say at 70 pips I might make $3,000. No, you know that you're gonna make a specific amount because you're reaching for that specific amount, right? Which is 10% of your profit. Of your account.
But it's the same every time. It's 1% of your account.
Right.
Trade 1%. I'm going to put 2 positions in that account.
Right.
Or 2 positions in that trade. Once it pulls back, I'm moving my hedge up, or in your case, your stop loss to break even. And you add that 3rd position. That's it. You're gonna make 10%.
You're 10%. Right.
It's a 3
Well,
to
that's
1.
what
If you get a 5 to 1 trade, you're gonna make 15%. It's all your trade setup. If it's a 4 to 1 trade, you make 12%. Done.
Yeah. So if you take a setup and you have a specific dollar amount, like okay, I need to make $90 a day to pass this.
But no, I don't agree with the dollar amount. Don't worry about that. You're trading your percentage.
Isn't percentage a dollar amount? No.
Well, it will equal a dollar amount. Yeah, it will.
Equal dollar amount. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But don't worry about that part. Just trade 1%. So if you got a 50K account, that 1% is $500. If your stop loss is 20 pips, you take $500 divided by 20 pips, and that's your lot size.
That's your lot size.
Boom, you trade it. And I guarantee you that you're not going to lose your accounts if you take that approach. You're going to pass your challenge. It works that way.
Right. For me, we don't have 50K to play with. I might have a 50K account, but that doesn't mean I have 50K to play with. So I really have 5,000 to play with. So shouldn't we kind of risk the reward on that percentage?
No, that's not the way to do it.
No.
Do you win more trades? Do you win more if you take more trades, or do you lose more if you take more trades?
You lose more if you take more trades.
So why would you shorten what you actually have? The account is a 50K account.
But don't they only give us 10% to win or lose? Like we only have that amount to.
But you have 10% total to win or lose. Are you gonna lose 10 setups in a row? If you lose 10 trades in a row, something
better not. Something wrong.
is wrong with the way you're trading. Your process is jacked up.
You're right. I was just thinking not to.
If the setup is there, you shouldn't lose the trade. I mean, we can all lose trades on news or something like that. But dang, I mean, if it's a bearish order block on the 4-hour trade and the trend is going down, you're not going to lose that trade. So why won't you take that trade? You know, it's just these are things that happen. It's kind of like driving on the highway. If you get on the highway, you drive the right direction, you know, and you drive the speed limit, chances are you won't get pulled over. Every now and then you're gonna get pulled over, but most of the time you can expect to get to where you're going without any interference. Trading is the same way. You're taking a process, you're following that process to the T, and you're repeating it. The results show up. The results show up. The results show up, right? I mean, all of us have probably had to pay a speeding ticket. We're all going to lose trades every now and then, but chances are, if you're a good driver, you're not going to pay very many speeding tickets. But if you're a crappy driver, you're going to pay a lot of speeding tickets. You might even get your license revoked. And that's the same way with trading. If you can't follow the rules trading, you're gonna blow your account, or you're gonna have to pay a lot of fines, which is losing trades, you know, until you learn how to become a good trader, a good driver. You know, we don't have a problem with diagnosing the direction of the market. If y'all go and look at the Swing Traders channel with the stuff that Selena posts, there's no freaking way that anybody who attends those market breakdowns is confused over the direction. Now, you might have a patience problem. You might not be patient enough to wait for the move. And that's working on yourself. That's the mama mentality. That's you eating the chicken breast. That's you going to pick up trash. That's you correcting the deficiencies within yourself, right? If you don't have any self-control, then stop trading. You know, I mean, it's as simple as that. But the market direction has been on point for weeks and weeks and weeks. And it's not me. I said the market direction. No, it's the order blocks is telling us what direction the market is going. All we're doing as a trader is listening and following what the order blocks is telling us. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with what that chart is saying, right? So
Todd, if I can just respond to what you just said about the order block. Because not all order blocks are not created equal, but but if you're trading the trend, then the order block is going to help you move in the direction you need to move.
Right. We're probably in the 90 percentile, you know, in the direction that we said the trades were setting up. And here's the thing. Here's what I can say about that. When we analyze the market, right, we don't just go jump into the market blindly, right? We analyze and say, hey, man, this is going to move this direction. And if it doesn't move that direction, then you don't have to trade it. Wow, just imagine that. We're saying that this pair is going to go down. If it goes up, then you don't even have to trade it. You don't have to trade it. But if it goes down, you're expecting it to go down, then you can trade it. Easy money every week is going to happen. Martha, we'll go over the charts here shortly, shorty. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. I'm going to stop this recording.